Night unto the point, the Israel-Hamas War. President Biden confirms more Americans are among those killed and taken hostage, how Sacramento is responding. A man will go to prison for selling a fentanyl-laced pill to a Roseville teen, killing her. Placer County calling this the first of its kind sentencing. And reforming conservatorships.
Involuntary treatment doesn't work.
Why homeless advocates say making mental health treatment mandatory is the wrong approach. Good evening. This is To The Point. I'm Becca Habiger. Alex Bell has the night off. Tonight, thousands of people are gathering around the U.S., rallying and praying as the Israel-Hamas war intensifies. This was the east side of Manhattan near the United Nations just hours ago. People showed their support for Israel, including New York City's mayor and New York's governor. And an event in Granite Bay is bringing several local Chabad Jewish community centers together tonight for unity and prayer. Local leaders are also in attendance. Our Roxanne Elias is standing by live with more on what is being said there. But first, what's happening right now overseas? Israel Defense Forces hit hundreds of targets in the Gaza Strip, now 4 days since Hamas attacked Israel and took hostages, including Americans. Reporter Inez de la Cuetara has the latest from Tel Aviv.
Street after street of Gaza City decimated, rubble in this Palestinian territory stretching as far as the eye can see. This video taken from a hospital window shows mushroom clouds billowing in the air after Israel's defense forces unleashed relentless missile attacks around the clock, this assault striking docked ships at a Gaza port. Israeli authorities say they're targeting Hamas terror hubs, but innocent civilians have been killed as a result. Video shows rescue crews pulling a survivor from debris in Gaza. And across the border in Israel, air raid sirens ringing as Hamas terrorists fire another barrage of rockets into the south. The IDF telling ABC News that they have regained control over the area adjacent to the border with Gaza.
We do have a lot of ground troops in this area. We have a lot of tanks, and we're prepared for anything. And this is the area where we're going to be presenting ourselves and finishing this battle.
But admit it is possible some Hamas terrorists may remain. President Biden addressing the situation this afternoon.
This was an act of sheer evil. More than 1,000 civilians slaughtered, not just killed, slaughtered in Israel. Among them, at least 14 American citizens killed. Parents butchered using their bodies to try to protect their children. Stomach-turning reports of babies being killed.
And the IDF now saying it is engaging with Hezbollah on Israel's northern border, raising fears of a possible second front. Inez de la Cuetara, ABC News, Tel Aviv, Israel.
New tonight, a photo from inside the White House Situation Room. The president's team connecting with Israel's prime minister today. U.S. Secretary of Defense Antony Blinken will be flying to the country tomorrow to meet with senior Israeli officials. It comes as President Biden confirmed at least 20 Americans now are among the estimated 150 hostages taken by Hamas in Israel on Saturday. Families are trying to get answers, talking to media, saying they want the U.S. to help. And tonight, the local Jewish community and elected leaders are coming together. Our Roxanne Elias is live in Granite Bay. And Roxanne, the rain did not stop people from showing up tonight.
It did not, Becca. This event here just wrapping up a few minutes ago. A few people still here after hearing from state lawmakers and Congressman Kevin Kiley here. Now, tonight's Unity and Prayer Rally was for the memory of the perished, the healing of the injured, and the safe return of the hostages, as well as the prayers for the success in securing the safety of Israel. Organizers say the Jewish community is in a state of shock, and during times like this, they need to come together and realize that they are very strong and not broken. I spoke with one Roseville family out here that has American and Israeli citizenship.
It's like a big hole in your heart, and we have nothing much that we can do. So all we can do is stand here and support the country of Israel and show the people that we are there, we are here for them.
Now, that Roseville mother says she knows that the people in Israel killed over the weekend, saying that all she can do is shield her kids from the news and spread awareness. She adds that she was pleased by President Biden's speech today. Now, with some of this tense moments, tense situations, there was some significant security out here today. The Placer County Sheriff's Office was out here being vigilant and monitoring the situation. Becca.
Roxanne, thank you so much. We'll have more coming up tonight on Late News Tonight at 11. In other news, the fentanyl crisis. A 21-year-old man is now expected to spend at least 15 years in prison for selling a Percocet pill laced with fentanyl to a 15-year-old. Her name was Jules Wolfe, and she lived in Roseville. Nathaniel Kabakungan was convicted of second-degree murder back in July. Jules Wolfe's mother spoke with ABC 10 today. She was one of many family members and friends delivering victim impact statements. She says that was the second hardest speech she's ever given. The hardest was the one she gave at her daughter's funeral.
I couldn't save her. And to know that somebody just left her that could have potentially saved her, I feel I failed her as a mother.
Today's sentencing is being called the first of its kind in California. State Attorney General Rob Bonta was also at the courthouse today. A man is dead after a shooting at a Rancho Cordova apartment complex. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office is calling this a gang-related homicide. It happened around 10 last night at the corner of Folsom Boulevard and Coloma Road. No suspect information has been released yet. And the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office is now using an underwater robot to search for missing cars in the Delta. Now, as we've reported here on ABC 10, cars are being dumped in the water, and recently missing bodies have been recovered. Investigators say having this robot will allow them to speed up their searches. We have more on this new tool at abc10.com. Governor Newsom has until Saturday night to sign into law or veto hundreds of bills still passed by the state legislature. One of the newest laws will now make mental health treatment mandatory for more people. It's an effort to address the ongoing homelessness crisis. But as our Jeannie Nguyen explains, some advocates believe this is the wrong approach.
I think it's one more piece. I think it's one more very important piece.
Senate Bill 43 has officially been signed into law, and author Senator Susan Eggman says she believes this is the right step into fixing the ongoing homelessness issue in the state.
Now we're going to have a lot more tools to be able to actually help folks.
Working off of a previous law that would appoint a conservator to anyone unable to provide for their basic needs because of a mental health disorder, Senate Bill 43 will also include people with severe substance abuse or serious mental health issues. Senator Eggman says this is slightly different than care court, which makes treatment optional.
Being able to hold somebody against their will, and then the 5250, holding them for maybe up to 2 weeks, then the potential month, and then potentially being conserved for a longer period of time.
Among the bill's supporters, Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg.
If the choice is using the law to make sure somebody gets help or leaving them out on the streets to be subject to the worst kinds of conditions and to be a danger to themselves or to other people, the choice is real clear to me. Get the person help.
But advocates like the Sacramento Regional Coalition to End Homelessness says this is a violation of people's civil rights, impacting those minority communities most.
It would disproportionately impact particularly African American and indigenous people experiencing homelessness.
Senator Eggman insists civil rights won't be violated and still believes this is the start to ending a long-term issue in the state.
It is my responsibility to try to make things better for Californians.
And Jeannie Nguyen joins us now. Jeannie, as you mentioned, some advocates believe forced treatment will further traumatize people with existing mental health issues. What does Senator Eggman have to say about that?
Becca, she acknowledged that nothing has changed in the due process that is already in place and protected throughout this process. The only difference now is the criteria when someone is being evaluated for treatment.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the courts. Jeannie, thank you so much. Next on To The Point, who could be the next Speaker of the House? A vote expected as soon as tomorrow.
And we are still tracking areas of showers, as you can see with our Doppler radar. What's ahead for tonight and how long this sticks around.
And Sacramento County dealing with an overloaded 911 system. I'll introduce you to the two-person team working on solutions.
It's the right thing to do for the patient because they're getting the care they need. It's the right thing to do for the health system.
Well, it's been raining outside. ABC 10 assignment editor Pete Menting captured this rainbow on the ABC 10 tower camera over downtown Sacramento about an hour ago. Monica, that was a nice fall surprise for some people.
I know, right? We had the rain showers that are still moving their way through the region, and that rainbow, that's a nice way to wrap up our Tuesday, huh? Here's a look at the region-wide view, and you can see we've got a lot of variable weather near Oroville. We still have some cloud cover. Showers are starting to clear. It's still raining at Blue Canyon as well as Placerville, but Groveland, We haven't seen much in the way of rain at all. In fact, it was basically a mostly sunny day as the rain has stayed well north of pretty much Sonora. Now, we are seeing the back edge of this work its way right through downtown Sacramento, through portions of Stockton, moving through the Mother Lode. Most of Oroville, again, starting to dry out right now. Grass Valley, we're still dealing with rain, as well as Auburn, Placerville, and Jackson. And then for the higher elevations, it is snow flurries with that cold pocket of air working its way through, with the temperatures reflecting that. There's the rain showers south of Highway 50. Again, expect this through tonight into early tomorrow morning. We've had anywhere from about 1/100th to about 4/100ths of inches of rain since midnight. Temperatures in the 70s down low, right around 60 up top for the Sierra, with our timeline showing those showers lingering through about 7 a.m. tomorrow, and then we'll start to see the clear skies. After that, we start to track this weekend weather system that's due in by Saturday. Tomorrow, highs will be in the 50s for the Sierra, 60s and 70s for the foothills. Along the coast, we're in the 60s and 70s. As we head inland, highs are still reaching the 70s, despite the fact we have clearing skies for tonight. A couple of overnight lows in the 40s, including Galt. Tomorrow morning at 49 degrees. Our 5-day forecast will clear the showers and will bring in some cloud cover for the weekend outlook, a little warmer as well. Along the coast, we've got highs in the 60s and 70s, with our 10-day forecast showcasing pretty much favorable fall weather, with a slight chance of showers on Saturday, but a better chance on Monday. Now, Saturday, keep in mind, we've got that solar eclipse. We'll keep a very close eye on that forecast to see how much of it we'll be able to see. Becca?
Thanks so much, Monica. Next on To The Point, meet the two-person team helping an overloaded 911 system in Sacramento County. When you call 911, you want a fast response, right? But dispatchers are fielding a growing number of non-emergency calls, which take resources away from more urgent calls. So what's being done? I took a closer look at a pilot project that is making a big difference.
911, the address of your emergency.
911, what's your emergency?
If everybody's going to the emergency room for everything, it overloads that resource.
Scott Perryman is a battalion chief for the Sacramento Metropolitan Fire District. He's also a physician assistant and oversees a pilot program that helps people who frequently call 911 with non-emergency issues. It's called Mobile Integrated Health, or MIH.
Sacramento County is one of the first in the Northern California area. What it is a nurse practitioner or physician assistant paired up with one of our paramedics.
That's because a physician assistant is allowed to do more for a patient medically than a paramedic is.
We get a chance to deal with high 911 utilizers. We also get a chance to deal with low acuity 911 issues, medication refills, simple sutures. We're able to treat and release them in the field so they don't have to go to the emergency room, wait there for hours, overloading those resources. It allows our ambulances and our engines to be ready for that next emergent call, those strokes and heart attacks, cardiac arrest.
When someone calls 911, dispatchers treat it like an emergency.
We send our fire engine and we send our ambulance. They get there, and if it's determined that it meets our scope, then they give us a call.
Metro Fire's MIH program consists of one two-person team working Monday through Friday. Firefighter-paramedic Josh Katz and physician assistant Adrian Mathis.
We're not a replacement for 911. We're not a replacement for primary care.
They can treat and clear someone in the field, avoiding an ambulance trip and ER visit.
Helping people navigate our very confusing healthcare system and having more time to sit down with them, because the ER is not always the right place for that. We can do multiple visits and kind of get them connected with resources or physical therapy, something to help them live the life that they actually want to live and stay out of the hospital.
They arrive on scene in their red SUV and often find the reason this person is calling 911 so frequently is a problem they can solve.
The top 25 on our list were responsible for over 1,500 calls a year. We were able to meet and treat quite a few of them and reduce that number down. Some of those patients are calling 97 times a year. For it was one that comes to mind. And when we met with her, and immediately stopped calling, and she actually hasn't called since.
They serve people in the unhoused community, people overdosing on opioids, and people with mental health issues. They also serve elderly, homebound seniors, like the couple in their 70s who left this thank you voicemail for the MIH team after Josh and Adrian taught her to operate the lift her husband uses and care for a sore on his back.
This is a great service for people that are bedbound and in a lot of trouble. I'm recuperating myself from kidney cancer. My husband's got cancer, and he's got this horrible thing on his back, and they've been beyond fabulous. I can't say enough about these people. I hope you continue with this. This is the best service we've ever had.
Money for Metro Fire's MIH team runs out on November 30th. It's funded through Sacramento County Public Health, which gets annual dollars from the CDC. The county tells ABC 10 they expect another year of funding to come through. Scott says the county has been supportive of the program and is seeing positive results. In its first year, he says the MIH program saved the county and health insurance companies more than $1 million. This two-person team responded to nearly 200 calls last year and has already more than doubled that so far this year.
Sacramento is leading the way in Northern California, and we're happy to serve the community.
His long-term goal is to find a permanent source of funding. He says the majority of patients have some form of health insurance. That's why he's asking the insurance companies to jointly fund this program, saying they'll more than get that money back in the cost savings his team provides.
The cost of equipping and employing two people in this position is far more efficient of a resource use than even another ambulance would be, because that's still only one patient at a time, tied to the wall time at a hospital, tied to employees working on that, the hiring, the training, the staffing, all of it. This is, like I said, much more agile and easily deployable.
It's the right thing to do for the patient because they're getting the care they need. It's the right thing to do for the health system because healthcare is expensive. If we can reduce that cost, oh man, it's a win.
A win for Metro Fire too, which saw a 43% decrease in frequent 911 callers after launching the MIH program.
Solving small issues that patients have, like getting prescription filled, finding transportation to and from doctor's offices, or even other stuff like food or housing or any of the other resources that we can connect them with.
I asked, though, could this be seen as rewarding people who are using 911 for their non-emergency needs?
Sure, it could, right? And it could very easily be looked at as we're giving special care, special treatment to our highest utilizers, like the squeaky wheel gets the grease. But in reality, those patients are going to tie up resources either way, and we can either be reactive or proactive, and that's what this program is proactive.
There are MIH programs at fire departments across the nation, including in Dallas, Memphis, and LA. And Sac Metro Fire often collaborates with those departments, finding they are having similar positive results. And today is World Mental Health Day. It's estimated more than 1 in 5 U.S. adults lives with a mental illness, but many do not receive care. We want to remind people there is help available. All counties have 24/7 hotlines. Calling 988 is also an option for people in emotional distress. All eyes will be on the U.S. House tomorrow for a possible vote on who will be the next speaker. The seat has been vacant for a week ever since a majority of U.S. representatives voted to oust Central Valley Republican Kevin McCarthy from the spot. Republican Representatives Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan of Ohio and Majority Leader Steve Scalise of Louisiana are the two frontrunners in the race for Speaker of the House. They made their case to their colleagues Tuesday in a closed-door candidates forum. There's no clear frontrunner between the two, though Jordan says Republicans have to unite before a full vote.
I think it's real important that we go to the floor with 217 votes.
The House needs to get back to work.
GOP lawmakers hope to avoid a potentially embarrassing process like what happened to Kevin McCarthy back in January, when he was elected Speaker only after 15 rounds of voting.
Quite frankly, I don't want to repeat what we did on the floor with multiple candidates.
Jordan secured the endorsement of former President Donald Trump. Scalise has the support of another member of House leadership, Whip Tom Emmer of Minnesota, who could stand to replace Scalise as Majority Leader if Scalise rises the ranks to Speaker. Though Scalise's health is a consideration, he is currently battling blood cancer. We could see a vote on this as soon as tomorrow. That's when the full House is back in session. And temporary Speaker Patrick McHenry says it's his goal to bring it to a vote then. So what will it take? Well, currently there are 433 voting members in the House. 2 seats are vacant pending special elections next month. Whoever wins will need 217 of these votes, a simple majority. Now, with 212 Democrats who will likely not vote for a Republican speaker, a GOP candidate can only lose up to 4 votes in their own party to stay at that magic number of 217. Now, why does this matter so much? Well, Congress is facing another shutdown deadline, and without a speaker, they're unable to pass any legislation or appropriate money for Israel or Ukraine. Now, will a small group of far-right Republicans hold up the process as they did earlier this year? We'll be following what happens tomorrow. Next on To The Point, empowering local youth through art. ABC 10 is highlighting our area's Hispanic and Latin communities during Hispanic Heritage Month. Tomorrow on To The Point, you'll meet Elise Doyle Martinez, a Woodland-based artist and educator. Through silk screening and mural making, she empowers Cache Creek High School students to guide their own individual healing journey while also helping to bring the community closer together. So do you have a story you want us to know about? You can email the team at tothepoint@abc10.com or text us at 916-321-3310. Have a great night.
Hey, it's Alex. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really love hearing from everyone, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. Reach out to me on Facebook at AlexBellTV, or you can email me at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send me a text message at 916-321-3310.